On March 14, 2025, President Trump sent shockwaves through the nation. He announced the invocation of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. This act grants the president broad authority to detain and deport individuals deemed enemies during times of war. Trump's target? Members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, or TDA. Trump's administration labeled TDA a foreign terrorist organization. They cited the gang's involvement in drug trafficking, extortion, and violent crimes. These activities, they argued, constituted an act of war against the United States. The president vowed to protect American citizens from this dangerous threat. This move ignited a firestorm of controversy, dividing the nation along familiar lines. Supporters applauded the president's decisive action. They believed it was a necessary step to combat crime and terrorism. They argued that the safety of American citizens should be the government's top priority. Opponents, however, condemned the move as a blatant attack on immigrants. They saw it as a dangerous expansion of executive power. They feared it would pave the way for further discrimination and human rights abuses. The American Civil Liberties Union, or ACLU, and Democracy Forward immediately challenged the Trump administration's use of the Alien Enemies Act. They filed a lawsuit arguing that the act was being misapplied. Their central argument was clear. TDA, while a dangerous criminal organization, did not constitute a foreign power. The act, they argued, was designed for wartime enemies, not criminal gangs. Furthermore, they argued that the administration was violating the due process rights of those targeted for deportation. The act, they argued, was being used to circumvent the normal judicial process. The lawsuit galvanized immigrant rights groups and civil liberties organizations. They rallied behind the ACLU and Democracy Forward, providing legal support and raising public awareness. They viewed this case as a crucial battleground for the rights of immigrants. On March 15, 2025, federal judge James E. Boasberg issued a temporary restraining order. This order blocked the Trump administration's deportation plan. Judge Boasberg's ruling was a significant blow to the administration's efforts. In his ruling, Judge Boasberg expressed deep concern about the constitutionality of the administration's actions. He questioned the broad interpretation of the Alien Enemies Act. He argued that it was never intended to be used against criminal gangs. Moreover, Judge Boasberg criticized the administration's disregard for due process. He argued that individuals targeted for deportation had the right to a fair hearing. The judge's ruling provided a temporary reprieve for those facing imminent deportation. However, it is important to note that this was not a final decision. The case was scheduled for further hearings. The judge's ruling ignited a wave of reactions. The Trump administration expressed outrage, vowing to appeal the decision. They argued that the judge's ruling undermined national security and tied the president's hands in dealing with threats. Immigrant rights groups and civil liberties organizations hailed the ruling as a victory. They saw it as a crucial check on executive power. They pledged to continue fighting for the rights of those targeted by the administration's policies. The temporary block on Trump's deportation plan has left the nation on edge. The case has become a flashpoint in the ongoing debate over immigration, national security, and the limits of presidential power. The upcoming hearings will likely be contentious and closely watched. The outcome will have significant implications for the future of immigration policy in the United States.